Okay, now let's consider. What would you do when you assess the readiness to quit of a patient and is reluctant to quit, but is ready to talk to you? Here, when the patient is not ready to quit, the 5 R's are the strategies used to motivate them to do so. The 5 R's explores and enlarges the patient's perception of the risk of smoking and the benefits of quitting. They get the patient to think about the impact of their smoking not only on their lives and their family, but also about the benefits of quitting and how it will affect them if in terms of managing their illness and recovering their health, and also the social and economic aspects of quitting. The 5 R's are used to tip the balance in favor of quitting when the patient is weighing his decision in mind. The 5 R's are also used to motivate a patient from one stage to the next of readiness to quit. Relevance. Identify why quitting is personally relevant to the patients. Tie the smoking to their health issue as well as to the complications caused by it. And also tell them how nicotine affects their problem through explanation by using visualization and using analogies.
Oh doctor, smoking is not the only problem in this world. Anyway, we have to die one day.
Well, yes, we all have to die. But do you want to suffer before you die? Most smokers suffer from lung, heart, or kidney disease. And it's not just them that suffer, it's those around them, their wives, their children, their families, who watch them literally throwing their lives away. And the medical expenses, it becomes a huge burden for the family.
Doctor, I'm already facing lots of problems. I have diabetes, my son have asthma. I have borrowed lot of money for the treatment. Smoking is the only solace I have.
Yes, both diabetes and asthma are made much worse by smoking or breathing in secondhand smoke.
My diabetes?
Your diabetes is affected by smoking because the nicotine in the smoke coats your blood vessels with layers of residue, and as a result the blood vessels get very small and narrow, and their capacity to carry oxygen is greatly reduced, and as a result poor blood flow. This will make you very tired. Take a look at this. See, our blood vessels are like pipes. When you smoke, a cholesterol-like substance is deposited on the wall of these pipes. As the pipes narrow and the blood flow reduces, the tissues become starved for oxygen, making it very difficult for wounds to heal. And the ends of the pipes, the fingers, the toes, the eyes, the penis, is where the most severe oxygen shortage is experienced. And these are the areas that one sees diabetic complications, isn't it? I'm talking about complications like in diabetes like gangrene, blindness, impotence. You are taking so many expensive medicines for your diabetes, and they do not work optimally because of your smoking. Remember, your smoking affects all the members of the family when you smoke at home. The secondhand smoke particles remain in the air long after the smoke is seen. In fact, this could be the reason for the recurrent bouts of asthma that your son is suffering from.
I never knew that smoking is associated with the diabetes. I think this may be the reason for the numbness in my feet.
Risk. Ask the patient to identify potential risk of tobacco use and expand on the risk to get them to imagine how these risks might affect their lives and the lives of their family members in the future. For this hour, the doctor expands on the risk which the patient already imagines and asks them to think more broadly. That is, how their physical problems can translate into both economic and social risks.
Doctor, I am not a heavy smoker. I smoke 3-4 cigarettes a day, sometimes even less.
So, what do you think? Does this smoking affect your health?
I don't think so. Smoking 3-4 cigarettes a day will not cause any problem. It is when people smoke a pack of cigarette for years, they get cancer and heart problems and things like that.
That is not correct. Each cigarette is harmful and the harm is cumulative. For each added cigarette that you smoke, there is more harm. There are about 4,000 chemicals in each cigarette that you
1,000
smoke.
chemicals.
Some of these chemicals are those that are found in pesticides and cleaning fluids. Many of these are poisonous to many organs in your body, like the filtration system in your kidneys, the livers, and the lungs. With each cigarette that you smoke, these poisonous chemicals accumulate in your body. Think of the number of cigarettes that you have smoked in the last 20 years.
4,000 chemicals? Is it true?
It is true. Also think of the large amount of money you are spending now because of your present health problems, and the even huger amounts you will have to spend if these problems increase in future. You can also think about the problems of your wife and child because of the hazards of passive smoking. Think of the frequent respiratory infection of your child.
I have never thought about my smoking this way before.
It is your decision, but do you want to gamble with your ability to pay for your children's education and their marriage for the short-lived pleasure of 3 to 4 cigarettes a day?
Next R is reward. The doctor asks the patients to identify potential benefits of quitting and expands on these benefits to tip the balance in favor of quitting by offering positive outcomes to imagine.
You have succeeded to stop smoking for 2 weeks. That's great, sir. What do you think helped you really?
Doctor, I had remembered what you had told me about the risk for my heart and kidneys. And my father suffered heart problems as he was a smoker. And I also remembered what you had told me about the second-hand smoke for my wife and kid. I pushed myself to stop. And now I won't allow my friends to even smoke in my house.
Have you felt any benefits after 2 weeks of quitting?
Yes, doctor, I do feel better and my wife is so happy. And you know, doctor, I used to cough a lot during the first week and now it is decreasing. And I am feeling comfortable in breathing. One more thing, I am enjoying my food more.
Yes, the benefits will only increase the longer you stay quit. At present, your body is cleaning and recovering itself. The coughing is helping to clear the impurities from the lungs. In the first week, the coughing is a good thing.
Yes, doctor, I hope I can stay cute for a long time. But forgetting smoking, it's too difficult. Telling you, I still have the desire to smoke.
No, but I believe that you can stay quit. And even when the desire to smoke comes, think of the benefits you have got. Think of your family, your child. Think of it as an investment for the future. It's a great thing you're doing. I believe that you can be a role model for all those who are thinking of quitting.
The next R is roadblocks. The doctor first asks the patients to identify the barriers or the obstacles which prevents them from quitting smoking. Then the doctor will help the patient problem solve and to identify the methods by which these problems can be or the barriers can be addressed. Here it is important to note that we have to look into 3 main types of barriers: the physical, the psychological and the social. Physical.
What is preventing you from quitting smoking?
I had quit smoking before, but I couldn't hold on because of many problems.
What problems did you have?
I could not sleep or concentrate. My mouth was dry all the time and food was tasting very bad. I couldn't hold on. I had frequent headaches and I was irritable. So after 3 days I started smoking again.
You are suffering from withdrawal symptoms. Similar symptoms are reported by many of my patients who have just stopped smoking. The good news is that these symptoms last only for a few days. One experiences these symptoms strongest in the first 48 hours and then they get less and less. If you had held on for another 2 or 3 days, you would have been considerably better. A smoker's body needs to adjust back to the non-smoking status. It takes some time for the adjustment. It is like adjusting to a new diet. If you go to a new place, it will take some time for you to get adjusted to the new diet. There will be discomfort for a few days only.
But doctor, what can I do about it? This is very distressing.
Don't worry. Let me suggest some things which my patients have told help in such situations. Let us see if any of these are helpful to you. Firstly, you need to walk at least half an hour daily. You can walk at the time when you feel most like having a cigarette. Second, you need to take lot of fluids and fruits, especially citrus fruits. Thirdly, chew some spices like cardamom or cloves to offset the bad taste in your mouth. As for the irritability, for the first few days, can you think of a place where you can go and spend some time quietly? Or maybe can you listen for music for some time?
Yes, doctor. I can walk in the morning before work or in the evening. I can drink more water or coffee, and I'll carry spices with me.
I advise against increased tea or coffee consumption until you have adjusted back.
Okay, doctor, I can do that. As for the quiet place, there is a temple near my house. I can go there and sit there and be alone, I suppose.
Don't worry. Let's be positive. The first few days are the most difficult when the withdrawal symptoms are the maximum. Now you know what is ahead of you when you are trying to quit. Here are some booklets that will help you to understand more about this. Please read through them and try to quit. We will meet again in 2 weeks. All the best.
Psychological.
Doctor, I have tried quitting cigarette for a week, but I missed my after lunch cigarette terribly. I desperately want to smoke at that time and could not hold on more than a week.
Many of my patients who quit have reported that they have had to fight the urge to smoke. This urge actually would last a few minutes, so it's very important that you keep your mind off the cigarette and find some distraction. What do you think helped you when you had this urge to smoke?
Doctor, I watched cricket on TV and it helped me.
Yes, other patients have reported that watching TV helps, and perhaps talking on the phone, listening to music. And when at work and you have to fight the urge, you can try chewing cardamom or gum or cloves, anything that will keep you distracted. When you feel like smoking, follow these 4 Ds. Delay or postpone the feeling to smoke. Drink water slowly. Deep breathing. Do something else to overcome the urge, like watching TV, phone a friend, or go for a walk.
Yes, doctor, I can try these things. But doctor, when I feel stress, the urge to smoke is also strong.
Yes, but how much of relief does it give you? How many minutes?
Maybe 10 minutes.
Only 10 minutes? It does not seem like smoking is a very effective way of fighting stress. What if I gave you a medicine which gave you relief only for 10 minutes but with serious side effects? Would you take it? Use smoke as a way of taking your mind off problems and relaxing. But perhaps you need to find another way to do that. Play with your children, talk to your non-smoking friends, listen to music, anything that will keep your mind off the urge to smoke.
Social.
Oh doctor, it is really hard to quit smoking. My friends meet regularly and we used to smoke together, and it's our routine for the last many years. They are my best friends and they are with me for my crucial situations. and really I don't want to lose their friendship.
What have you told your friends about your need to quit smoking for your health? They can see you have shortness of breath. Have you told them that your doctor has advised you seriously about quitting smoking?
I have not said anything about that. I just tell them that I'm thinking about quitting. But they continue offering cigarettes to me, and it is hard to refuse an offer from a friend.
No, it is very important that you tell your friends that your doctor has strongly advised you against smoking due to your shortness of breath. Otherwise, it can cause you serious complications.
No, doctor. Then they will just tell me to smoke less or use a milder brand.
Tell them that if you smoke even one more cigarette, you will want to smoke more, and you can no longer do this. Some people make vows to their children, to their spouses or parents at a temple or mosque or church to stop smoking, and they ask their friends to help them honor this vow.
Yes, doctor. I can try.
True friends will support any quit attempt of yours, especially when they see that it endangers your health. I'm sure they will also help you honor any promise you've made. What do you think? If a friend asked you for support, wouldn't you lend him your support? Would you give up a friendship merely because someone doesn't smoke with you?
The last R is repetition. A doctor should repeat motivational messages each time they see a patient, building on the last communication and also responding to the changes in the patient's life, which can offer an opportunity to consider quitting. Repetition by a doctor shows the patient how important a quit is and prompts a try again if they have not been successful till now. It also opens the door to further discussion about the roadblocks and how to overcome it. If they have been successful, a doctor can reinforce the importance of remaining quit and also give them positive feedback on their efforts.
Good morning. You have finished your course of antibiotics. What about your cough?
Phlegm has reduced, but I still have cough.
Okay. What about your smoking?
Sorry, doctor. I couldn't stop smoking completely, but I quit smoking within my house.
Good. At least you stopped smoking in front of your family members and exposing them to your smoke. That is commendable.
I have taken all the medicines as you told me, but I still have shortness of breath. There is no relief. Is there any other medicine I should take?
As we had discussed last time, your cough is related to your smoking. Our lung tissue is lined by very small, delicate hairs that prevent dust and organisms from entering and harming our lungs. Smoking destroys these tiny hairs and results in damage of the lungs. This can cause cough and shortness of breath. However, if you stop smoking, these delicate hairs will recover and your lungs may return to their normal level. It is not too late yet, but if you do not stop smoking now, then the damage may be permanent. You should think seriously of quitting before that is no longer possible. Your shortness of breath and cough are warning signals.
It's very difficult for me to stop smoking, doctor. It helps me stay awake during my night shift. I will try to reduce smoking. I used to smoke 10 cigarettes per day. Now I am smoking 5 to 6. I will try to reduce even more.
Very good. Cut down as much as possible for now. And when you are ready to quit completely, I am here to help you.